Hey guys, Chomsky here. Um, in the midst of CVC, uh, really randomly, I got a Theodosia. So I haven't really seen much about her. so, excuse me. So, just wanted to kind of, just wanted to kind of make a video about her. Kind of a weird champ. Uh, Pretty much a true support. And right now, I am just ranking these up to 15. We have an artifact enhancement tomorrow, so I am just getting prepped to basically get some, you know, get some points that way. Um, yeah, just kind of a weird champ. Um, I kind of stumbled upon her. You can't really call out mythicals, but kind of happy I got her. So first form, attacking one enemy, heals all allies by 5% of her max HP, and the damage is based on HP. Then fills her turn meter by 5% for each ally alive, which hopefully should be 3, so that's 15. And then an additional 2.5 for each enemy alive. So, so we have roughly like a 20% turn meter and an A1. That's pretty awesome. Um, okay, and as well as there's healing here, so that's neat. Um, Removes all debuffs, so it does a cleanse, perfect veil, and then put the stone skin on her. Okay. There's no taunt or anything like that, but that's still pretty neat, man. Um, just thinking about Chimera, this could really work really nice, just with the perfect veil. So, okay, and not necessarily the debuffs, but that's still a nice touch. It's a 3-turn cooldown. Uh, she's a reviver, and then she places on a killable. It's a 4-turn cooldown. Okay. Really, first form, this is what really geeks me up. Just her constantly going. And then she does have this passive of equalizing the HP. Um, it's an average, so it's not like Sinesha where it goes up to the top. It's just the average. So eventually it's gonna crater down, and that's okay. But there's also this damage mitigation of 1.5 or 1% less damage for every 2% that she has lost. So okay, that's fine. It just it's built in. So kind of like a Siffy in a way, where there's that damage mitigation for AoE hits, or is that Duchess? One of the two, but still really solid. And plus, it's a passive. I don't have to do anything about it. I dig it. 25% speed in all battles, beautiful. So then we basically have the inverse here, where she's destroying speed by 3. That is awesome in PvP. And it's on an A1. She also decreases the target turn meter by 5% for each ally alive. So we could definitely cut in here. So that's pretty sweet. And an additional 2.5 per each enemy alive. Like we could really maybe take away a quarter of the turn meter. That's gnarly. I'm thinking about against Fabian, against Armand, stuff like that. This will really help, especially in those longer battles. I think that's awesome. Attacks all enemies before attack and steals all buffs, so we need some accuracy here. Places a block buff and decreased defense. If the enemy's speed is lower than this champion's, these debuffs will be protected. So that's pretty big right there. That's telling us, hey man, bust out the speed as much as you can, because you don't want this to go away. It's a 2-turn on all enemies, so that really helps. Excuse me. So I mean that really helps. I think that's really good. Um, the the A3 is wonky because you're placing a sleep debuff for 1 turn on all enemies and a decreased speed. If the enemy's speed is lower than the champ's, the speed will be protected. Okay, cool. And then decrease in turn meters of all enemies by 25%. I this one's just weird to me because I don't like the sleep mechanic. I would prefer a stun. rather than sleep, because with sleep, if you just touch them, they're awake and they still have all that turn meter. Granted, it's going to be decreased by a quarter, but they still wake up. So that's it runs okay. Um, this could be set up really nicely if you have your champs with the mastery where they do more damage with more debuffs out there. So that's cool. That's good. Um, it's just, again, personal preference. Here, passive is that block active skills don't work, and then when allies attack, their damage is increased by 25% of the target's current turn meter. So this is a new modifier. Like we don't have anybody like this. So that's really neat. And I haven't really done too much play testing with her to see how well this works. I've taken her in arena. I haven't taken her in live arena just because her current build isn't really the greatest. I have her at 303, no crit damage, no crit rate, um, really squishy defense. Again, this is version 1.0, as well as really meh HP. And she's not mastered yet, and her accuracy is pretty low. But she's not fully glyphed. Um, there's definitely some work to be done. And I have her in pinpoint and protection. Ideally, I would love to get 50% for that unkillable. But the problem that I have with her is I don't know what form to basically keep her in. Here is this awesome ability to perfect veil and stone skin, as well as put in unkillable. If I want her to be a positive support for me, this is awesome because it's the equalization of HP. I don't have to waste a turn um, on on a healer, So that's pretty sweet. I like that, but this just appeals to me, having the crowd control. So I'm kind of tossed in the middle here. So that's why I have pinpoint and protection, because that second form, the protection stuff doesn't really matter. You know, try to get her as much speed as I can without taking away from others. Um, and I have pinpoint just for that initial crowd control debuff. So I could put her in feral. That's a possibility. Um, I just, yeah. I mean, she's putting out some debuffs. I don't know. I, again, this is version 1.0. I haven't done her masteries yet. I figure I'll take her into Minnow after CVC. Um, I'm definitely going to go down the support tree of extending debuffs and buffs. I don't see her as a damager whatsoever. So I think I'm going to go down defense here too. You know, really, what I like to do with my supports, I just like them to be supports. Like there is this AoE, there is that attack. She's healing here, and I mean, she's just doing support right there. So I don't think attack is really necessary. Um, yeah, I think, you know, again, pinpoint and protection, immediately that leaps out to me, but I think feral also works. Um, Supersonic, you just, it's this way she could cut in. I think it'd be really neat. Um, if I could get to 9-piece, I don't think I have 9. Well, it's not the greatest. And it's not built up yet. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Let's see. Do I want to take it away off of Fabian? Maybe. There's no speed here. I don't know. We'll see. Um, again, where am I going to use her? I at this point, it's going to be Live Arena Chimera, maybe. It's more of the second form of Chimera, I believe. Um, the block buffs, decreased defense. Sleep doesn't matter, but speed. I can't really turn the turn meters down so that's not going to really help. But I can destroy speed, so this may get me another run or two. Um, just thinking of, because when it transforms, it basically resets. So I would have to basically do this over and over and over again. So if I could get her with you know, with an ally attacker, that'd be really neat. Uh, Fortunately, she's a Night Rev, right? Um, is she a Night Rev? No, Undead Horde, right? Yeah. So I don't really have a good ally attacker here. So that's gonna be cumbersome. But that's maybe with Necrit. Necrit would be awesome with her. Calamitous. I need to work on Calamitous. But anyways, Theodosia. Typical raid ADHD here. So I think going support and defense, maybe to get this deterrence, um, would be really helpful. It could come into handy if I am in first form. So this way she gets that heal out there, as well as you know increasing her turn meter. That could be neat. Supersonic rather than protection and pinpoint. There's just a whole lot here. So I'm definitely gonna mess around with it. I haven't even thought about relics yet. um, I am lacking in relics, so it definitely sucks. Um, do I want a Hatter's Reserve on her? Not really. I don't care about her damage. Um, everyone's everyone's attack's going to be higher than hers, so that wouldn't make too much sense. But it does get me some stats. Um, just basic 900, but it's something, you know. Um, just something. So yeah, that I all together, I really don't know how to feel about her. Um, she looks a lot like Shemnath, uh, which is neat. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna mess around with her a little bit more after CVC. Um, I would like to take her into live arena, but I'm gonna get smoked. I mean, with its current incarnation, um, at 303 speed, she's gonna get lapped, and she's not squishy enough to sustain a hit or two. So that's I would like to use her. I just don't think I'm gonna be able to. But that's a quick video there. Um, Try to do it less than 15 minutes. But yeah, that's it. Please let me know if you've seen Theodosia around. Um, Let me know your thoughts, because she's fresh to me. So yeah, that's it. Find me on Twitch. I usually stream like 6:30 in the morning to roughly about 8:30, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Just hang out, and just hang. All right. Bye, guys.